Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom from SportsBook Review, and you can join in our ongoing conversation on Twitter, #SBRNatalie. Now, Manchester City take on Stoke at Etihad Stadium. The home side are huge favourites in this match, but does that mean there's still any money to be made? Well, joining us now to help us point us in the right direction is William Hill's in-play radio host, Lee Phelps. Lee, thanks for being here.
No problem.
Now, Manchester City displayed on Monday why they're serious contenders to reclaim their title with a 3-1 win over Liverpool, and as a result, their odds to win this match against Stoke is very low, 1.2 at Coral. But Manchester City to win both halves, both half-time, full-time, is priced a bit more reasonable there, 1.62. Now, does this offer any value to you, or is there another way that you would play the half-time, full-time market?
I think I'd play it slightly differently, Natalie, actually. I think, Man City are fantastic, but they're very patient. Look at what they did with Liverpool. They waited and waited, soaked up all that pressure. Liverpool were the better team for 40 minutes. But then when they got their chances, they scored them and they trust themselves to win the game in the end. And they look genuine title contenders, not surprisingly. Stoke have been accused of being tired and a bit lacklustre by the manager, and it's never something that you really get from, accused of Stoke being, lazy or anything like that. It's, that Stoke are usually up and at them. Now, Mark Hughes has also said this week that he will take his team back to basics. I think that means he will start to concentrate more on defence and have a defensive-minded setup. He's tried to encourage a more attacking approach from his Stoke team, which he's managed over the course of, the last half a season while he's been there. But I think that means he's pretty much telling us that he's not going to do it this time. Maybe looking like a five-man midfield and looking to, go really, strengthen instead. So I think you're looking at maybe a half-time draw, full-time Man City.
All right, so you think that they'll hold the draw at the half-time, but Manchester City will push on through there and obviously go on to win the match?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I trust City to get the job done in the end.
Yeah.
It won't be easy for Stoke to hold out till half-time. I'm not saying that's a walk in the park. I mean, other people are less confident that might take the draw at 30 minutes bet, which a lot of people, like. So maybe the draw at 30 minutes is one to look at. But, I'd be tempted just to go for the half-time draw, full-time. I mean, if you look back at the previous head-to-heads between these two teams, that's landed a lot, and for a price of, I think you're looking around the 2-1 mark. That's decent. They've been level with Man City at half-time in 5 of the last 6 head-to-heads between these two sides.
Yeah, you definitely do get value there. It's around 4.0, 4.33, something like that, depending where you play. Now, a bet I really like is on the Asian handicap lines for Manchester City, either the safer bet -2 at 1.95 or the -2.5 line priced at 2.5. If they can score 3 goals and an own goal playing Liverpool, they should manage 2 or 3 goals, I think, playing Stoke at home. Do you agree?
No, I'm going to disagree with you again, Natalie. I think if Stoke do what I think they can do and really, act in a defensive manner and try and keep Manchester City out, I think, the game I see going being, goalless at half-time and then Manchester City getting a goal, maybe, inside the first 15 minutes of the second half and then maybe adding another one. So I'd be looking at Manchester City to win the game, but to be under 2.5 goals in the match, something like a Man City 1-0 or 2-0. So, depending on the prices, you might even take Stoke plus, 2 goals. So, you get the Stoke defeat by a single goal, the Stoke draw and the Stoke win on your side. But I'd probably leave the handicaps alone and just look at the half-time, full-times or maybe the under 2.5 goals with the City win thrown in.
Yeah. Well, interesting that you say looking at maybe like a 1-0, 2-0 from Man City. The clean sheets priced at 1.8. Does that offer any value to you or interest you as a bet?
Yeah, I really like that. City are superb at home, aren't they? They just, like I say over and over again, they just get the job done and such a good defence. Stoke aren't a team who go away and score loads and loads of goals. And if they do set up defensively, they'll be looking to hit Man City on the break. Well, City don't leave too many gaps. So I think with Kompany marshalling that defence, I think they'll keep a clean sheet here.
And what about making a bet on a player being any-time goal scorer? Is there anybody that stands out to you right now?
Well, just take your pick, Natalie. I mean, there's so many great players at Manchester City who could score goals. I mean, they're going to be short prices, obviously, the forwards for Manchester City. But if you make it a policy to back the Manchester City forwards in every home game, have a look at the team news, look who's playing centre forward, and just back them. I think even if it is a short price, you'll have more winners than you would do normally. So you're going to make money. I mean, I love Aguero. I thought
Yeah.
he was disappointing at the World Cup, but he's just picked up where he left off in a Manchester City shirt. And he played 7 minutes in his first game in the Premier League as a substitute, had 2 shots and scored once. He came on as substitute against Liverpool and scored after 23 seconds with his first touch. So if Aguero plays, if he starts, I'd back him to score. If he comes on as a substitute, then I'd back him in play. You can back him play as the next live scorer. As soon as he comes on, I'd back him. Aguero is just sensational. I don't think Stoke would be able to hold on to him. But Jovetic has obviously hit form. Dzeko's already looked like he's in form this season. You've got goals in midfield. Torre as well. Yeah, Torre to score a goal. You could literally look down the list and close your eyes and put your finger on the list, and you probably get a goal scorer out of it. So yeah. Play an anytime one. Just check the team news and take your pick.
Well, Dzeko, he's the favourite. I think he's about 1.8. And then you've got Aguero, and I think he's about 2.1. Aguero obviously got a goal playing Liverpool. I quite like him. I think he could score a goal in this game as well. Now, what is the best way to play this match? We've discussed a few tips here.
Yeah, well, I'd play for the less intrepid, for the kind of the safety first guys out there. Then I'd go the match to be level at 30 minutes, which is going to be a touch of odds on. But for the more adventurous, I'd be looking at half-time draw, full-time Manchester City, and that's around the 2-1 mark.
All right, wonderful. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks.